Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Diego Castro. An international affairs analyst says it is likely that China has also been doing surveillance in the Philippines. This following the shooting of a suspected Chinese spy balloon in the United States. According to analyst Renato De Castro, the balloon was likely sent to the U.S. as a counter-reconnaissance as response to Washington conducting surveillance operations along the coast of China. De Castro said China has most likely also already deployed reconnaissance tactics in the Philippines. Because of this, De Castro emphasizes the need to strengthen the country's intelligence capabilities, air defense systems, and maritime domain awareness.
We don't have to look at the sky. Just recently, you have this ship, a Chinese ship that supposed to ask for SOS from the Philippine Coast Guard. And the Philippine Coast Guard was so emphatic with the fact that they did not find any fishing gear. And the log, of course, is missing. So we don't have to look at the sky. We simply have to look at our coast. Or we could look at deep inside our exclusive economic zone where we have 4 Chinese artificial islands that, of course, are full of reconnaissance capabilities.
Oil companies are implementing a big-time rollback in pump prices effective today. Gasoline is cheaper by more than 2 pesos a liter, while diesel prices go down by 3 pesos a liter. Kerosene prices are slashed by 2 pesos and 30 centavos a liter. This rollback follows 3 straight weeks of price hikes as oil stockpile in the U.S. increases. Transport group Pasang Mazda calls on the government to negotiate with suppliers to lower the cost of modern jeepneys. This follows the extension of the deadline for the PUV modernization program. The LTFRB explains only about 60% of jeepneys have been modernized, still far from the 95% target. Pasang Mazda President Obet Martin tells One News the big story that financing issues was the main cause of delays. Martin says cost of modern jeepneys have hiked to 2.4 million pesos. Though the government has also hiked subsidies, Martin says negotiations with suppliers are needed to make modern jeepneys more affordable.
Kasi ito sa aming mga hinihiling na makausap din upang babaan yan. Ang ginawa naman ng ating pamahalaan, nilakayan ng subsidy. Ang subsidy binigay sa amin noon ay 160,000, ay 80,000. Ngayon, ginawa nila 160,000 hanggang 360 kanya. Makakadagdag tulong na nito. Pero sabi ko nga, kailangan siguro ay magkaroon ng tamang negosasyon sa mga supplier na babayan talaga ang presyo.
We will be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here in One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Youth groups are rejecting the proposal to make ROTC mandatory for college students. However, one senator is determined to push its inclusion in the college curriculum, saying that it would benefit students' mental health. Mean Los Baños with the report.
The discussion on the proposals to make the Reserve Officers Training Corps or ROTC mandatory for college students in the country continued on Monday. Speaking during the Senate hearing, the Akbayan youth insisted that there is no need to make ROTC mandatory. The group said that there are other ways of showing nationalism and love for country other than military training.
Alam po natin, nakikita po natin ang rason ng ibang mga bansa na nasa gyera kung bakit may military training sa kanilang mga sibilyan. Ngayon po, ang Pilipinas ay wala sa gyera. Ang Pangulo na natin mismo, si Ginoong Marcos, ang umamin sa Davos na hindi military solutions ang magiging approach sa China sa West Philippine Sea.
The youth group also suggested that instead of the ROTC, it would be better to just expand the scope of NSTP or the National Service Training Program. Meanwhile, the Student Council Alliance of the Philippines insists the budget that will be used in the implementation of mandatory ROTC must be used for the needs of our basic education, which according to them is under crisis.
Gamitin na lang po sana natin itong pondo na ito sa kailangang 86 billion ng Department of Education sa mga silid-aralan dahil nagkukulang pa tayo ngayon ng 91,000 classrooms. If mahahanapan lang po ng paraan itong pondo, sana po ay unahin natin itong mga salik sa krisis ng edukasyon na meron tayo na siyang nagpapahirap sa buhay ng mga ordinaryong mag-aaral.
However, National Youth Commission Undersecretary Ronald Cardema opposed the claims of the youth groups, saying there is a great need to teach tertiary students military tactics as what is done in other countries.
We should adapt. We should prepare our Filipino youth. Kailangan mong bigyan ng konting disiplina, sense of nationalism, at basic skills sa pagdepensa ng bansa para tunay sila maging pag-asa ng bayan.
As for Senator Bato de la Rosa, he agrees that ROTC training can be good for mental health based on his own experience.
Ako PMA. Sa lahat ng problema na dinaanan ko, alam mo kung wala akong training sa ROTC, wala akong training sa PMA, baka tumalon na ako sa building. Nagpakamatay na ako.
De la Rosa said this is the last committee hearing on the issue. And though some youth groups have expressed opposition to the matter, the senator said he is determined to recommend in the committee report the implementation of mandatory ROTC. The senator is also convinced that this measure will pass Congress and that students can expect that by next year, mandatory ROTC will be implemented. Reporting for News 5, Mean Los Baños, we are One News.
The Office for Transportation Security is currently investigating the alleged unprofessional behavior of airport employees during the departure of K-pop boy group ENHYPEN. Videos circulating on social media show an unidentified female employee visibly giggling while doing a body search on the members. Fans said that the incident violated MIAA's no-contact security protocols. Other videos also caught other airport staff taking videos of the group's members, which fans pointed out was a violation of the etiquette guidelines posted by ENHYPEN's agency Bilift Lab. The OTS said that they are in the process of determining the extent of violation committed and are ready to impose appropriate administrative sanctions should it deem necessary. Here are other headlines we're keeping our eyes on. Suspended Bureau of Corrections Chief Gerald Bantag now faces charges of plunder and graft, among others, amounting to 1 billion pesos. Bucor Chief Gregorio Catapang filed the charges against Bantag and 6 others for allegedly rigging the bidding process for structures in several prisons. The lower house approves on final reading a bill that seeks to suspend the use of mother tongue as a primary medium of instruction in early grade education. Approved with 240 affirmative votes, House Bill 6717 aims to halt the use of the first language to teach kinder to grade 3 students until the Education Department addresses the scarcity of learning materials in the mother tongue. And the PSA is set to release inflation data for the month of January later this morning. The BSP earlier gave a 7.5 to 8.3% forecast range for January inflation. Stay tuned here on One News Now for more details. And that's it for this hour. Join us again at 7:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register an account now at signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.